I'm Julie Cerel, and I am an associate professor at the University of Kentucky in the United States, and I'm also president-elect of the American Association of Suicidology. Suicide prevention is important to me because the longer I've been in the field, the more I've realized that so many people are impacted by suicides when they occur. It's not just the people who die by suicide. There's a large range of people who are exposed to suicide. Our work, we found that almost half the population reports they've known at least one person in their lives who've died by suicide. And then when we put that together with suicide attempt survivors, the family members and friends that have tried their hardest to support them, and the people who died by suicide, we all have a role to play in figuring out how to make it so that people don't die by suicide, and when someone does die by suicide or attempt suicide, people who are left behind get the support they need. We just have so much stigma around disclosing that we have been close to someone that died by suicide, and people feel like they can't mourn in the appropriate ways or talk to people about their experiences. I always liken this to the experience less than 30 years ago of when cancer, especially breast cancer, was something we just didn't talk about. It was a secret. You couldn't say the C word. And you would never go to the grocery store and talk about someone that had cancer, let alone breast cancer. And now we go into the store and everything is pink for breast cancer support. My hope is that 10 years from now, we'll go into stores and we'll get the same kinds of support or messages that will help destigmatize suicide prevention or people who've been exposed to suicide. I think the most important thing for people to understand is that for each suicide that occurs, a really wide range of people are exposed, affected, and then bereaved. That when people die by suicide, their family members, of course, can be devastated, but also their classmates, their neighbors, their communities of faith, and a really wide range of people have experiences following the suicidal death of someone they feel close to, and we need to be able to help and support them. I think one of the things that really can help create this positive ripple effect is people becoming more and more comfortable talking about their experiences of being close to someone who died by suicide, or knowing someone with lived experience or who survived a suicide attempt. Because the more that we talk about it, the more that it decreases the stigma, makes us feel like we're not the only one in the world who's had this experience. And that way communities can really bond together. It doesn't become the stigmatizing event that no one talks about, people feel shunned, and puts them at risk. But really it becomes a shared experience because so many of us have been affected by the suicides of people close to